Today the new P2 patch dropped, so I'm going to be reading out what's changed and what's going on. So the testing focus for this one will be healing, obviously, hospitals, the Starlifter Hercules, bombs, infiltrate and defense missions, loot generations, and Orison V2 as it was before. So there's been a inventory and looting polishing pass. They made it so that the Knickknacks app sorts categories and types lists alphabetically. Filters are now per container instead of global. They added global buttons to auto-filter per category. They added a button to open the drop-down to allow more control of the filters. They updated the drag-and-drop interaction for attaching magazines and gadgets to equipped armor to be a bit easier. They updated the default interaction for armor and clothing to be carry instead of equip. And they also did a small law system update where it automatically forgives crimes against players unless they actively accept to press charges. So they've actually fixed a lot of bugs this update, which I'm really happy with. They fixed an issue that allowed players to fully unequip their Mobi-Glass without swapping for another, which that was kind of broken. The 400i entrance markers should now display. If you disable the 400i turret power, it should no longer cut out to the rest of the ship's energy. Claiming ship, then immediately running to a kiosk to buy any items in quick succession should no longer cause a long but temporary service error. They fixed an issue causing ships to show as claim on a terminal instead of retrieve after storing it. Medical guns should now work to heal other players while inside a green zone. They fixed an issue that blocked players from using med pens to revive other players in green zones. Emergency elevator and rescue system should now fully function in Grim Hex. If a player has their inventory open while leaving a green zone or location, the local inventory to that area should no longer remain displayed. They fixed an issue causing planetary winds to desync between clients, which would cause force reactions to be different for players. They fixed multiple viz area issues when entering and exiting ship hangars in Orison, instead of stored after sitting on their legal landing pad for too long. Body drag and body drop should no longer show at the same time when interacting with the body. Crusader showroom bartender should no longer be missing. Drop items should no longer allow undersuit to be removed from other actor while wearing armor. Players should now be charged with first degree battery instead of grievous bodily harm when overdosing another player. What the hell, guys? What are you guys doing? Aggressor should now receive a higher criminal status when a player they attack bleeds out after being the victim of aggravated assault. Fixed an issue blocking someone from using their firearm again directly after doing a melee takedown on another player or NPC. So currently there are still some issues with this build. These being some of the ground vehicle stuff and initial spawn point stuff is not working at its best. Sometimes after a server crash, attempting a reconnect may result in an infinite loading screen. Pledge items can be lost on death right now, so keep that in mind. Resetting accounts failed to clear user items. Objective markers and quantum point nav points are grayed out on the player's HUD. Ships left at outposts disappear if the player logs out, then logs back in or shortly after disembarking. Down players are dropped or bounce/spin out of control when dragged over uneven surfaces and ramps. When collecting minerals/metals with the extraction mode laser, the ship's cargo randomly empty. There's a small area with no gravity in the airlock to Grim Hex medical facility. When re-equipping items from a loot box in 0G, equipping the torso and arms will cause a large amounts of inventory camera shaking. Players will disappear if they enter an overdose state when on board a vehicle. Weapon projectiles trajectory will not behave correctly when shooting from one zone inside a ship to another outside. Multiple heavy armor arm clips partially obscure some of the Mobi-Glass icons. Destroying mission spawn reinforcement type ships does not always trigger the ongoing Call to Arms mission reward. Missiles can hit the player's ship when they are fired whilst the ship is moving forward. That is one they need to fix right now. The ending audio for the AC announcer can be held multiple times at the end of a round. AC players can spawn facing the wrong way at the start of a match or after dying. And last but not least, the Demon Fan Combat Knife asset is missing from the game. With all of that, I hope you enjoyed this video. And give it a like if you want to boost it in the system. If you feel like I deserve it, leave a subscribe. And if not, I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. Have a good night, evening, morning, afternoon, all of it.